Are you doing everything in your business but still feel stuck? Yes.
There's got to be a better way. So there is. It's called a VA.
Just having somebody there on your team that knows what to do and is right beside you is life-changing.
We're supposed to be only doing things that are $400 an hour work.
So delegating doesn't mean you lose control.
All right. Happy Tuesday. Favorite day of the week. Let's go. I see Shannon is out and about driving around. Thank you for being here, girl. She needs you so much more than anybody in this room. But the coolest thing is that I met this girl named Raquel. And she is just amazing. She's a rock star realtor, luxury realtor in San Diego, but she invited me to an event to talk at, and funny story, she goes, someone was having trouble getting into my Notion pages, right? So I literally whipped out my laptop, opened it up, and started trying to help someone. Right? Because that's what I do. I'm a helper. I'm going to help everybody out of all their problems, And she goes, what are you doing? And I'm just nobody can get in the Notion pages, so we're going to hop on a Zoom really quick and I'm going to fix it. And she's like, oh my gosh. She goes, have you noticed that I haven't looked at my phone all day? And I was like, I know that's weird. And she's like, yeah, it's because I have people, Wendy. You need people. And I was like, okay, maybe so. Maybe I'm heading to the airport, whipping my computer out again, right? And helping people again at the airport. Seriously, there's gotta be a better way. So there is. It's called a VA. And, the thing is I did have not a great experience with it before, but it was also because I was crazy busy and I did a terrible job, because you have jobs to do too when you do hire a VA. And, I just wanted this miracle worker to come in and fix my world, and it doesn't work like that. But eventually it does. So Raquel is here. She has a VA company called ScaleMate, and she's going to help me grow and scale using VAs, and she might just be able to help all of you guys out too. So Raquel, thank you for being on the call. You are muted.
Yes.
There we go.
Thanks. Thank you. Hi, guys. Yes, I am Raquel. Nice to meet you all. Yes. So as Wendy mentioned, I did invite her to an event. It was one of our first events promoting ScaleMate and also just getting the word out there because, again, we want to help you scale, hence the name ScaleMate. And she definitely has taken to it well. She is on the road to 2 virtual assistants right now, and she will be rocking and rolling, and hopefully she'll start having, videos recorded so she's not continuously repeating herself, with onboarding, etc. So that's what we do as our company. We do. We help you create systems and we help you create videos, whatever is needed, so the repetition stops, right? And you can focus on bigger and better things like making it rain. Okay. So anyhow, yes, I'm Raquel Christian. I am a luxury real estate agent, realtor. I've been licensed since 2007, born and raised in San Diego. And I have been wearing many, many hats, as you all are, I'm sure, since we started real estate. And it didn't dawn on me that there was help out there beyond the US. Obviously, there's help within the US, but outside of the US too. And so I met my co-founder. Her name is Maida Baltic. She actually is in the insurance sector, and she founded, it's called digitized. It's called Dibs, actually. And she's one of the first digital insurance companies out there. So we met, and we both have virtual assistants. We shared our stories with how they've helped us to scale. And so we decided to merge. She has 5 virtual assistants. I have 5, and create ScaleMate. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to go through the slides with you all. Can you see this, everybody?
Yeah, it's black.
It's
But there you go.
Okay, awesome. All right, so let me move this. There we go. All right. So, yes, welcome everyone. So here is, we basically help you, we delegate, scale, thrive, which equals freedom. As I mentioned, I have five full-time virtual assistants, and I also have two high school. I have a 16-year-old and I have a 13-year-old. So I would not have been able to create this business with my co-founder, Maida, if it weren't for my virtual assistants. So to say that I definitely gained freedom by hiring my virtual assistants is an understatement.
Oh my gosh, kids in sports too. That's work. I was there, and it's so important to be there for your kids. They will remember that forever. They won't remember if you're not there. So I love it.
My 16-year-old is competitive soccer. She's now going to college showcases for soccer. She wants to play D1 soccer in college. So I literally pulled everywhere for her. And then my little one, she's the social butterfly. So she has friends galore, wants to hang out. So I'm just Uber mom, as I'm sure some of you know. So if I didn't, again, have my virtual assistants, I don't know what I would do. So right here, this is our team, real people in each country. Above them is their flag, and this is where they're from. Brazil, we have Philippines, Jamaica, India. So we have been able to grab talent from many different countries, and every single one of these virtual assistants are like family now. I mean, we've had them for a while. I've had mine virtual assistants for the last year, 2 years actually, for some of them. Mary from the Philippines, she actually started with me. She's my transaction coordinator, also my executive assistant. Tyrese from Jamaica on the bottom right. He's actually on this call, and he's my client. He's everything. He actually helps find the talent to bring to you for you to hire. And he's so amazing.
I love him.
Yeah, he's somewhere on here. I don't know. Anyway, say hi.
Her VA company, ScaleMate. So
okay.
Someone's listening to me.
Oh, that's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Okay, we're muting. Sorry, muting.
So quick question for you all. Are you doing everything in your business but still feel stuck? Yes. And I feel you, because I also was there at one time. So yes, is this you? Because that was me. She's much nicer. I probably had a few choice words, but I like her. I like how she's doing things. All right. So today we are going to explore how we can free your time, grow your business, keep all your sanity, and by plugging in a trained virtual assistant who works with your systems and your pace, basically. So every realtor, as you know, they have their own business lane, right? So yes, maybe Wendy, obviously she has her luxury program, right? So that's her lane. There's other realtors that do door knocking. There's others that do cold calling. There's others that have a team, so we know that one size does not fit all. And so with that being said, we help incorporate and train the virtual assistant based on your needs. So what we do is we meet with you one-on-one, and we have a discovery call. So we understand how your business runs and what type of virtual assistant you need first. And then as you get your virtual assistant set, then I do recommend another one, just because there's always cross training, right? Because if that one leaves, then you definitely want to have a backup. So we'll get there, but it's definitely a must, in my opinion. How I discovered Power of VAs was my first virtual assistant, Mary. First of all, I know we all have transaction coordinators. And so, most of us do. And I needed a permanent because I was so busy. So I didn't want to just keep I didn't want somebody to I was contracting in, right? So I hired Mary as my transaction coordinator. And then I was like, gosh, my emails are a mess. I'm having trouble getting back to people within 24 hours, right? I don't even want 24 hours. I want 12 hours. So then she started checking my emails, and then she would file them where they went or respond accordingly. Or if I needed to respond, then, send it to me via text message, right? So then that became a system. And then calendaring. I have my kids' schedule, real estate. So then she began helping me calendar my events and everything that needed to be calendared. So those were the three main things at the beginning that I needed. And that right there completely shifted. I was like, okay, this is amazing. And if I can have two more of you, then we're golden. So, and then yes, I was stuck in my business and I was not building it. So I would sit at my computer and 4 hours would go by and I was returning the emails. I was trying to do my listing presentations, right? So I was just stuck in my business and I wasn't out there doing what I felt I needed to be doing, which was networking, catching up with old friends, just staying present within my sphere of influence. And so that's where virtual assistants came in. And then I was able to really focus more on my children. I remember when I had my two kids and they were little, and I would be taking a call because I'm at home and they would be crying and screaming. So I'd have to run to the other door or run to the other room, shut the door, and they're needing me. And I was so wild. And I just wish that I had a virtual assistant then, or I knew of a virtual assistant. So a virtual assistant can match any season that you're in, whether it's even a slow season. They can help you get ready for the busy season, meaning start sending out marketing material, just preparing that. They can make cold calls for you. They can get packages. For instance, I'm in Wendy's luxury program and my virtual assistant helps me track the expireds. She also helps me package the marketing material. So we do it together. If I can't do it, then I know it's taken care of. And then I obviously have to create the books. And so anyhow, changing.
Right. And the coolest thing is that you guys help train the VAs. That was my biggest problem, was not having time to train VAs, So I think that's super helpful, especially doing the luxury, having someone on the back end pull those expireds, figure out if they went back to market, grabbing the ones that haven't went back to market, grabbing the pictures, making those presentations, sending them to the printer. That right there is game changer, right? Because we're supposed to be only doing things that are $400 an hour work, right? Right. In order to make what we want to make every year. So I always think about that. And Joanna always throws out my face. She goes, really? You're going to work on that? Is that $400 an hour work? And I was like, oh my gosh. So
it's awesome. So true. It's so true. And yes, that's what the discovery call is for when we first meet with you, because we really need to understand where the holes are within your business and how we can plug in the virtual assistant to help bridge that gap. So again, and also we have a program that it's a software that I just use. It's called Scribe, and I love it. Basically, you turn it on, it records every move you make on your computer. So for instance, if you are looking up a property on the MLS and it's an expired property, if you just hit record, it will capture every single step you take, and it will take a picture, and it will also circle each place you push. So that's your standard operating procedure right there. And then that can be given to your virtual assistant. So we're doing the work anyway, because we're repeatedly doing the work, right? But we don't want to repeat anymore because it's wasting our time. So what we want to do is make life easier for us. And that if you're going to start anywhere, I would start with Scribe, and then you can start recording what you do on a daily basis. Because a lot of times when you get your virtual assistant, they're sitting there and they're like, okay, well, what do I do? Right? This is the old way. Well, what do I do? Oh, well, I'm not sure. And that's why the virtual assistants fail, because we're not giving them the step-by-step process and what to do. So so we incorporate all of that. We help you become successful with your virtual assistant. So you don't have to worry about creating standard operating procedures, etc. And we have a lot of standard operating procedures already that we've created in our back office. Yes, so let me let you in on a few secrets. So delegating doesn't mean you lose control. I know that there's a lot of different personalities in real estate, and you just feel like, oh, I can always do it better, or I'll do it, better than the person, or I'll do it right. But again, if you have the standard operating procedures that are right there for you and for them, then it'll get done the way you want it to get done. So you're not losing control, you're empowering yourself. Secret 2, you do not need a full-time assistant. Really, if you feel that, hey, I want to try out a virtual assistant for 20 hours a week, that's all I think that I need them for, then that's totally fine. I will say you will likely hire them full-time rather quickly. That's what happened to me. My first virtual assistant, Mary, I hired her full-time, and a week later I said, yeah, you're coming on full-time, because it was amazing. So you can start out with part-time. Just, you don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to give somebody full-time work. It'll come.
And your 5 VAs, are they all full-time?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So I have a social media manager and a video editor. So they work hand in hand together, and they're full-time, yes. And then Tyrese, he helps me with ScaleMate business, and then also with the sales side for real estate, meaning client relationships. And then I have Alonda, who also helps me with the sales side, client relationships, and the luxury program. And then Mary is my executive assistant, transaction coordinator. And then I have part-time virtual assistants too. And I also have project-based virtual assistants. So again, you can use a virtual assistant for anything. And when we look for the virtual assistant based on our discovery call, like for instance, if you use Go High Level CRM, and you want somebody, who understands Go High Level, then that's what we put out there. Or if you use KV Core, that's what we put out there. So we basically put out what you need and what you're telling to us. We're not just looking for somebody just to find, right? We're finding somebody who specializes in what you need. And if they don't, but they're capable, then we will train them, we'll help them learn based on how you do things. Oh, sorry about that one. Secret number 3, virtual assistants are more cost effective than face-to-face employees. I'm not saying that face-to-face employees are not great. I even have a couple of I have a buyer's agent who completely helps me within my business. He helps me with open houses, etc. I'm talking about back-end help. I'm talking about even phone calls. Tyrese and Alonda, they're both from Jamaica, and they both help me with my phone calls and follow-ups to continue to nurture relationships. So it really depends. But yes, if you have U.S. employees here, totally great. Virtual assistants can even be an assistant for that face-to-face employee. So again, it just depends on what your needs are. What can a virtual assistant do? Well, these are some of the things that they handle for me. It's not necessarily the same thing that they'll handle for you. But yes, my Riza, my content manager, she creates and schedules my social media posts. She also handles my design graphics and manages the content calendar. The run ads and monitor performance, that is Riza as well. The email templates and campaigns, that's Tyrese. We don't do cold calling, actually. We do warm calls. And what that means is we'll send letters out to it's almost like the luxury program. We're sending out luxury packages, right? And then you warm call by following up. But we also send out postcards, and then we'll warm call follow up asking, hey, did you receive this? So they handle that for me. They follow up on the leads, manage emails and calendars. They coordinate my appointments for me. And then we use Go High Level, and so they automate follow-ups and lead tracking in there too. And again, as I mentioned, I do have a video editor who helps with the social media content. So every single day we post something, whether it's a static post, a reel. I also have a YouTube channel. So my video editor helps with long form content, which is about 8 minutes. So I'll provide him maybe 20-minute raw video, and then he'll break it down to about an 8-minute video. So that's been wonderful.
And you guys, I dropped her Instagram link in the chat. So go check her social media out. Like, it is so good. I love when she posts things. I was like, I need that. So guess what? I'm getting that. I'm getting that.
We're getting you there. Don't worry. Yeah. So why it works. So rates, depending on the country, the rate, their starting pay is $4 an hour usually. I pay my virtual assistants between $5 and $15. And this is because of the different type of talent or experience, right, that they have. And so, like, for instance, I did have a project manager. She was full-time. Now she's part-time. And I pay her $15 an hour. She has worked for high influencers in the real estate industry. And so she has a lot of experience and brought a lot of scale. She helped me scale, but she brought a lot of experience. So that was her. Then for my social media manager and video editor, they're at $5 to $6 an hour. And again, it's because where they start their pay is usually at like $350 in their country. So it just depends on, again, their expertise and their starting pay in their country. And we can discuss that too.
Right. So if you start, like, say they do start at $4 an hour, and like if they do really good, you can like offer to pay them more, give them a raise, right?
Mine have received raises, yes, quite a bit, because, if they're killing it, then I have no problem giving raises. I have no problem giving bonuses, because still the pay in the US is, extraordinarily different. Yeah, and bonuses too. Like when we close on a deal, I'll give them a bonus. So I just want them to feel appreciated, because I 100% appreciate them.
That's
and
awesome.
They have become like family. Like we have a WhatsApp group, it's called Life. So we're able to share. They have families. They share their families with us, what they do as far as their hobbies. So it's pretty awesome. Basic training, coaching, and support. As I mentioned, we don't just hand them off to you. We do a discovery call and we help train them to your satisfaction. Customized workflow. If again, we make sure that whatever CRM that you use, that they understand that CRM. So we want them to specialize in it. Let's see here. So our packages. Okay. So we have, these are access to code. Okay. So start and scale, that would be one virtual assistant. So we help you find help. Okay. So we are the middle person to help find talent.
Out the door, but
Sorry. It's okay. We help you find help. And what that means is, once we find a few applicants that we feel matches your needs, then we send you a 1-minute video of the applicant. We send you their resume, and we send you their personality test, because that's super important in, matching a VA with you. For instance, what I did was, at the beginning, when I was hiring my virtual assistants, I wanted a dominant, someone who I knew would take charge and be very systematic and structured, opposite of me. So I have that dominant personality. I mean, I have to run a business. However, I'm also of service, right? So, and as far as systems, no, I didn't have any. And that's why I needed a virtual assistant to help me create those. And so our packages start and scale, one virtual assistant. What we would do, that would cost $600 a month if you wanted us to train them. Keep in mind that you would be paying your virtual assistant either $4 or $5 an hour. So really it comes out to about $8 an hour that you would be paying for a full-time virtual assistant. And then you'd get a 6-month replacement guarantee. If the virtual assistant does not work out for you, then we would go ahead and replace that virtual assistant with somebody who better aligns with you and your business. We handle the onboarding, WhatsApp support, and there's access to coaching. So all 3 packages offer this, and this would be a monthly fee. So then there's growth mode. You would get, for $1,000 a month, you would get 2 to 4 virtual assistants that we would help you hire, right? So we would find the talent, bring them to you, and between 2 and 4 virtual assistants. If you have an enterprise that, if you're already at that point where you're up here and you want to keep going. So, and then the full scale would be for a full team, maybe 25 people on your team, and you're wanting to get between 5 and 10 virtual assistants. And that would be a $2,500 a month fee that, again, they would have full access to us and access to coaching and WhatsApp support. So that would be for our packages. So if you didn't want to do a package and you're just like, no, I don't want to have them go through, have support or training other than us hiring them, then we have the solo scale. So that would be $1,000 per VA. So we would help you find the virtual assistant. There would be a 1-month guarantee, and there's no subscription whatsoever. You choose the virtual assistant that you'd like to hire, and then that virtual assistant you just go ahead and take. There would not be access to coaching or a 30-day support for that. If you wanted to do a launch lab where it did have access to coaching and 7-day fast start and 30-day support, then that would be $14.95 per virtual assistant. Today, if you guys do sign up, then we would go ahead and offer a $200 discount for you. Or even if you want to just sign up for a discovery call, and then you decide after the discovery call, yeah, I would like to sign up, then we'll still honor the $200 off. And here is
just before you continue, Raquel, hi everyone.
Yes,
I just want to also clarify. Oh, by the way, I'm Tyrese, the client success manager at SkillMate. So I just wanted to make it clear that with the packages, we have the subscription models, and then we have the standalone models. So the Start and Scale, Growth Mode, and Full Scale, those are our subscription models, and that's with the 6-month commitment. However, if paying $600 monthly to us, or whatever the cost may be not feasible for you, we then have our standalone models, which is the Solo Scale and Launch Lab. And with the Solo Scale and Launch Lab, you're paying those fees to us once. So it's only a one-time fee, and then going forward, you pay your VA. So you only pay us $1,000 once. You only pay us $1,495 once for our standalone packages. So just wanted to clarify that. Go ahead,
Thank
Raquel.
you.
You're killing it.
Oh, thanks. You're so nice. So these are the side-by-side comparisons if you guys want to take a screenshot. But Wendy, do you send the recording out?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Will be sent out and posted in Tech Tuesday with Wendy.
Okay, cool. So, yes. So really, it's best for confident starters who want a quick replacement with no monthly commitment. That would be the Solo Scale or the Launch Lab, as Therese was saying. And then the 6-month subscription would be for business owners looking for structured support and ongoing help with hiring, training, and accountability. Not sure what to get? A Launch Lab is here to save the day. And this is what Tyrese was going into. 30 days support, basic training and support, 1-month replacement, no long-term commitment with 1 virtual assistant. And here we go. If you sign up, again, $200 off. If you just sign up for a discovery call with us, we can go over your business. And if you do decide to move forward after the discovery call, then we'll honor the $200 as well. Okay. And here's the QR code if anybody would like to sign up. Oh, should I keep that on longer?
Yeah.
It's okay. Okay.
Yeah,
there you go, guys.
And then we'll get to some questions. What systems do you currently have experience with? So, okay, I do know there's a lot of people on this call that have switched from KV Core to Lofty, and they need some help with Lofty. Do you got Lofty people?
Yes.
Yay.
So, okay, can you repeat the question though? Just what help is there with Lofty?
Okay, so a lot of people have transitioned from KV Core over to Lofty because EXP is now offering both CRMs.
Right.
Super fun transition, by the way. And anyway, I love this, but I know a lot of people needing help with Lofty as far as, like setting it up,
Right.
setting it up, maybe setting up, buyer campaigns and seller campaigns and, stuff like that. Do you have anybody that specializes in Lofty, or can you find someone?
Yes, of course. We can absolutely find somebody. Actually, Tyrese has been through so many CRMs with me as well. He helps me with that aspect of it. But yes, when we have our discovery call, and if that's what you need somebody to specialize in, as far as transferring or different CRMs, Lofty, then that's exactly who we're going to put the ad out to, right? We're going to search for that person. We would also search for someone who handles email campaigns. We also have standard operating procedures already within SkillMate that also helps a VA if they don't know how to do an email campaign. We already have that set up, as far as the prompts and who you're targeting as far as your avatar client. So we are completely set to be able to help a virtual assistant be able to handle Lofty and the setup, etc.
Awesome. I love it. So not that this is all about me, but it is all about me, right? I've tried so hard to make this transition to, growing and scaling without, losing what I've already gained. So anyway, but just so you guys know, like, my experience so far has been amazing. So Tyrese interviewed a bunch of different people for me and narrowed it down to 4. And then he sent me over their interviews. So I get to see the interviews that he did with them and, get to know them that way. That was like the first round. And then they also sent in their designs and, what they've did, maybe some email campaigns, like all the things that they can do, kind of a resume, but, for VA. Anyway, so I got to go through and look at everything that they did, see if I liked it. And, my thought process is you can literally teach anybody anything. But when it comes to social media, I can't, I'm like, how am I going to teach a VA something that I'm not even good at, right? So not saying that I'm not good at social media, but I really like certain things. And I'm like, I don't freaking know how to do it, right? And so I'm like, I don't even know how to tell someone. So Raquel was like, find what you love and you save it, and you actually add these people, your VAs, as a collaborator on like the posts that you love. And then they'll say, this is stuff I want to do. This is stuff I want it to look like. And they can actually do it. So I grabbed, a link of something that I really wanted done, and I didn't know how to do it. And so I sent that along with a video of me, right? So they can make it as me with a little clip that's on the screen and, anyway, and the POV and all this stuff, right? We have so much stuff we have to put on every single post, and it just takes so long. Anyway, so I sent it and I was like, hey, can you just have all 4 people do this for me so I could see like what they will do with it, And so he sent it all over to them, also with a carousel. So I created a carousel for my coaching, and I have a coach for coaching. Everybody needs a coach for everything. Anyway, yes. And she looked at my Instagram like carousel that I made, and she goes, tell me the VAs you're working with know how to do carousels, because this is terrible. She told me my post was terrible, like, what I did. She goes, it's not even on brand. Like, what are you doing? That is a terrible post. Don't post that. Anyway, so So trust me, the struggle is real. I know a lot of people are like, oh, Wendy makes it look so easy. It's not easy. It's not easy, but when you have help, it's going to be easier. So I'm super excited to get those designs back and see what they did. I am literally in the beginning stages of this, so it's going to be amazing. And I'm going to get a lot of time back from, all that struggling, right? Because
yes,
I am.
Yes. Well, Wendy, when I asked her, when she did the Zoom, she was meeting with a client, as she mentioned, when she came to my event, and it was a Zoom call that she did. So I said, hey, why don't you give me your Zoom call, send it over, and then I'll have my virtual assistant create a standard operating procedure for you. So you never have to repeat this again. And she's like, okay. So she sent it, my virtual assistant created it. I sent it back over and she's like, what? So now she just now has something to send if somebody has a question about, I think it was Notion at the time,
yeah,
right?
I was getting into Notion.
Yeah. So, but the point is that you never, I was able to share that with you. And then
I know, I was like, what do you mean share the Zoom? She goes, you record your Zooms, right? And I was like, oh, I don't know if it recorded, and it did. I was like, so you just want a link to this? And she's like, yeah. And then pretty soon they send it back and it has like screenshots of everything that you need to do what I needed them to do. And I was like, oh, this would be a lot easier to share than me hopping on a call to fix everything.
I know, I felt so bad. I was like, no, I really felt bad. I was like, no, that you cannot do this. So just, all of you can take mental note of something that you repeat daily. And right there, that is not mental note, write it down. And that right there is something you'll want your virtual assistant to start taking over.
And Scribe is really cool. So
yes.
Yeah, I did it. And I'm all about how-to videos, right? But when you have how-to videos, along with screenshots of where you go, like you're going to go to this link and then you're going to press this button and then this and this, I was like, oh my gosh, this is really cool. So that's a really good way to show your VA like how you want things done. So
I'll send you a link to, or Alonda, it looks like Alonda or Tyrese, I'm not sure on here, but if you could send the link here for Scribe, guys, that would be helpful.
Awesome. And then Tyrese did put in here the link to book a discovery call. Those are free. Just do it. See what this would look like for you. And then, I will take that and put it in the email that I send out.
Yeah,
you look at me being my own VA.
You are so funny. I know it. When you mentioned Joanna was on vacation, I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh man. Well,
I know.
Does anybody? And are there any other questions?
Yeah, let's unlock the question. Ada, hi.
I was just typing it out, but it might probably be easier to tell you. So I just hired a VA and I really, really like her and I can see the potential. Do you have a plan? I just signed up for a discovery call for Friday. I'd hate to tell her bye and fire her and to try, hire a new one. I definitely think I would want to hire a second one after. But do you have a system or a plan that would maybe work with the current one that I just hired? And I really do. I really like her. Is that an option to do something like that? And then later, when I go to hire my second one, be able to use, go through the entire process.
We can go, let's talk about it. Let's, anything's possible. I'm not going to say no. I know. Can you tell me, did you hire her yourself, or did you go through a company?
Yeah, no, I didn't go through a company. Actually, one of the realtors that are on our calls, she had an amazing VA, she said. So I reached out to her. I've hired a VA before through a company, and although she was very sweet and nice, she didn't have what they told me she had. Like, I hired her for oh my gosh, I lost a word today. Wendy, I got a lot of shit to do today. So Wendy can understand exactly what I'm talking about. As a transaction coordinator. And she didn't even know what an appraisal was. So she didn't have the experience, right? So I had to let her go, and then I just haven't hired anybody. And so one of the realtors on our call about a month ago had a VA that she loves. So I reached out to her, found, hey, where did you hire her from? And it just so happened that her VA had somebody that was looking for a job. And so I took the risk. I hired her, and I really like her. I think she is amazing and can have some great potential. And so I'd really like to give her an opportunity.
Well, let's talk. I'll write your name down, but go ahead and book the call through the discovery.
I did. Cool. I'm booked already for Friday. I'm on it. I did. Done.
Go, girl.
Friday at 3:30.
Okay, perfect. And then we can just chat a little more about it. That's
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
The times on your calendar to book an appointment, it says GMT Los Angeles. So when I book an appointment, is that I'm on Pacific time? So
yeah, we're Pacific.
Oh, okay. So when I book that,
it'll be Pacific.
It'll be Pacific.
So
okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
The net, I'd left one of those giant beetles that I showed the girls.
Huh?
We don't have beetles for sale. Okay.
And just to quickly add in regards to the concern regarding the time zones. So on the booking link, if you're not in Pacific, you can also change that option to reflect your time zone as well. So you have that option also.
Yeah, but GMT it says Los Angeles. It should be PST Los Angeles, right?
It should be. We'll double check, but it still will be PST.
GMT, it's -7 GMT. The time it's giving you is Pacific.
Oh, it is Pacific. It says PDT. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Devonna. You're right. Awesome. Okay, let's see. What systems do you currently have? Okay, so you're saying, so John and Claire was asking about all the different systems. So basically, whatever system someone's using, you can find someone to help them with that.
And John and Claire, I use Fellow. I use Street Text and Lofty. I use Go High Level now, but I used Lofty. So regardless, we would find somebody who uses these, or we have the standard operating procedures for these as well. Okay. So we'd be able to help train them.
It's safe to assume that you also have experience with Zapier?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Gotta have a VA for Zapier, but
yep.
And no monthly minimum number of hours. So that was a good question, Lori. So, yeah, no, you can hire someone for just a couple hours a week if you wanted to. Although I feel like you're gonna want to keep going because
you will. Also, I would like to just throw in there is that you're paying us to help you, find someone. But once you do hire them, you're hiring them direct. So they will be on your payroll. So, but we will still be training them accordingly. So if it's a $4 an hour or $5 or $6 an hour virtual assistant whom you hire, you would set up direct pay with them. It wouldn't go through us. That would be your employee.
Oh yeah, good question. So how do you pay them?
So there's many different types. PayPal, there's Veem, it's VEEM, Zoom, which is XOO. There's a lot of different platforms that you can use depending on the country. So for instance, Jamaica and Colombia and Mexico, they can use Zoom, which is through PayPal, right? So it just depends on the country, but we have all of that. So we can share with you whatever country you hire from, we'll share and we'll help you set it up.
And if you're not hiring US-based people, you don't have to be concerned about taxes or rules or that kind of thing?
If it's not US, correct. It can be considered, that is correct. You don't have to worry about that.
Careful, don't answer that question.
Yeah, but since it's not US-based, correct. That's correct.
Okay.
Awesome. Real quick, because I don't know if anybody cares about this, but I know that I did. How do they get into your social media to help you?
Mm-hmm. So there is you can just, when you go into your social, you can put them as an admin, you can put them as a manager, depending on each social media platform. So for instance, for YouTube, it's a manager. For Instagram, it's an admin. I have So I give my one virtual assistant, Riza, I give her full access. She has full access. And the reason why is because I also want her to help me with my direct messages. So I also have a different, so that is my business account, right? And then if you have it intertwined, with your personal account too, then that's a decision that you'll, want to make if you feel comfortable enough for that virtual assistant to be in there. I've just told my family, hey, Riza's in here, so you send me anything.
Now don't send me the X-rated reels.
So, and they don't, it really doesn't matter. For me, it doesn't matter. I understand for some people it may. So that's, you may want to consider, starting your own personal account and then having family and friends on that one. But for me, it's okay for her to have full access. But if you don't want that, then yes, they have restrictions for admins. It's almost like, I don't know I'm sure there's some EXP people here and some non-EXP, but I do know too, like with EXP, the platform, they are now allowing an admin, a transaction coordinator, they're allowing access individually now. So, because they're understanding that there's help, right? We need to give access to those who are helping us.
Yeah, I'm realizing that too. And I used to be anti that, but yeah, for people that are in Tech Tuesday VIP and that are in for our luxury, when you're trying to grow and scale, you need help. So like me making everybody keep their VAs out is not helping them because they're taking their time to come and learn. And then they have to go tell their VA, why don't they just have their VA come with them? That way everybody's on the same page. Speaking of VIP, I just put the link in here. If you guys do want help, like that's what we work on, but like your VA is allowed to come in. You just got to let me know. You got to let me know because I just can't let everybody in the world in. But yeah. And then you're like, okay, remember when he was talking about this? We want to do this, so it's super helpful. But I love it. Thank you, Raquel. Does anybody else have any other questions, concerns, anything? Okay.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I will talk to you soon and I will see you guys in the VIP room.